In the book Science of Self-Realization, Srila Prabhupada has mentioned that a pure devotee should love Krishna unconditionally. He also said that loving Lord Krishna just because he is the supreme God is conditional love. One should love Krishna whether he is God or not. My question is, the reason we are being Krishna conscious is because he is supreme God. How can we love him if he is not God? So, in our present state, when we have forgotten about who we are and who is Krishna, how will we love him? It is not possible. For loving, you need to know each other first, isn't it? A boy and a girl, unknown boy and a girl, if they come and sit next to each other, there will be no sparks flying. They have to talk to each other, they have to get to know each other. That is why they go for dating. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, then slowly relationship develops, isn't it? All this is new phenomenon. Olden days, what used to happen? The boy and a girl, there was no dating concept in India. Boy and a girl, their astrologically, their charts will be matched to see whether their psychological matchup is there or not. Both of them, do they have similar wavelengths or not? If they have similar wavelengths, they get married, they will remain together, they will be able to understand each other and they will have a harmonious relationship. If the horoscope doesn't match, then the relationship will not be harmonious. They will always be quarreling, misunderstanding. So such a relationship nobody wants to be in. So in the olden days, they used to match the horoscope. And when they see that both of them are of similar mentality, then they will get along well with each other. What they would do at a very early age, they would get them married. Now they have got married to each other, but they don't know each other. So how will they relate with each other? So what would happen? The girl doesn't go to the house of the husband as soon as she gets married. They will wait for some time. In the meantime, what will happen? The family from one house will go to the other house for a few days. Some other festival, this family will go to the other family's house. So what they will do is, they will tell the girl, why don't you serve the boy something? Why don't you serve your husband something? So she will go and serve him some food. She will serve him something to drink, like this. So gradually what happens is, a relationship gets established. Because any relationship, if it has to sustain, if it has to be built, there has to be service in that relationship. If there is no exchange of service in a relationship, that relationship will not sustain. Suppose you have a friend, you have a college friend, both of you have met in college, they have come to know each other, and this friend always comes to you and he takes something or the other from you. He takes some money from you, he takes you have got a good pen, he takes it from you, he takes your notes from the class, always he is taking from you, he never gives you anything. What will happen? After one time you will say, this fellow is simply exploiting. He is not a real friend. Right? No? Why? Because there has to be exchange. If he comes and asks you something, you give him, and then he should also come and offer you something. Right? So that's how a relationship is established. So always between two individuals, for any relationship to grow, to be established and to grow, there has to be service. Just like, I've given this example many times. Suppose you need a person to clean your house, and you appoint one new man, and then he comes to the house and he starts every day, he starts coming and cleaning the house. And you fix up a salary. Every month I'll give you this much. So initially when he comes, how will the relationship be? Very formal. Do this, do that. And he will also do. And aaj ho gaya, kaam ho gaya, theek hai, jao, bas. That much only relationship will be. But month after month, he goes on, comes every day without fail. He is coming properly for the duty. Whatever he is told, he will do everything properly. What will happen? You will slowly start developing a soft corner for him. So you will start talking other things than simply only whatever the cleaning of the house is there. So one day you will see his hand, there is some bandage. You will say, "Arey, what happened? Something, you got injured?" He will say, "Yeah, some small, this one, that one." Why you have to ask? He has come to clean the house. You ask him about cleaning? No. Why you are asking about his hurt finger? Because relationship has developed. Then gradually, suppose 20 years he has been working with you. He will not any longer see him as a servant. You will see him as part of the family. Some friend comes, he will introduce, this is so-and-so Chacha. He has been there with me for 20 years. He is not a housekeeping man. He is like my uncle only. It will become like that. When did he become your uncle? When did he become your Chacha? Why? Because so many years he has been serving you. When he goes on serving you like that, relationship will become very strong. So tomorrow, if there is somebody comes and tries to harm that man, you will come and stand next to him. Hey, how you can touch him? I will not allow you to touch him. Why? He is just a servant, yaar. He is just a person coming to clean your house. No, so many years he has served. So he is not just a servant anymore. This is how a relationship develops. So even between a lover and a beloved, or a husband and wife also, the relationship develops when there is service between both of them. Service is exchanged. So gradually what happens is, the girl and the boy get to know each other. Then when they get to know each other sufficiently, then the girl goes to the husband's house, and then she starts living with the husband. And then their relationship will be very nice, and they will have a very strong relationship. So this is how relationships are established. So when we are relating or starting a relationship with a new person, how does it start? It has to start with service. And you unreservedly serve the other person. What will happen is, the relationship will quickly become very strong. And gradually, that service will become more and more intimate relationship, and the love will blossom between the two individuals. This is how, in this material world, love works. So now with Krishna, our original relationship with Krishna we have forgotten. So all of a sudden we cannot again start loving Krishna. It's not possible. Of course, we hear in novels and movies and all, love at first sight. Hota nahi hai. No, this is all love at first sight and divorce after first night. Ye bhi hota hai. So this is how material world is. All this love at first sight and all is not really, you can say all these kind of things. But in reality, for real love to be established between two individuals, there are long-term acquaintance is required, and there has to be service between the two of them. So with Krishna also, it cannot be love at first sight for us. We have forgotten our relationship to Krishna. So we have to revive, we have to again that hidden love for Krishna is there within our heart, but we have forgotten. So it's like we have got amnesia. When you get amnesia, you forget all your previous relationships. Totally blanked out. And some person comes and tells, I'm your father, I'm your mother. Oh, acha, really? Oh, okay. Where is love in that? But then gradually you continue relating with them. Slowly again that intimacy and that love will come out. So similarly, our love for Krishna we have forgotten. So in this state, it is not possible for us to all of a sudden again bring out the love. But that love can be brought out how? By service. So we have to render devotional service to Krishna. We render devotional service to Krishna according to the vidhi, according to the rules and regulations of Vaidhi Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti. Then gradually as we go on serving, what happens? Our intimacy with Krishna will go on developing, and then slowly we will revive our forgotten relationship with Krishna, and that love which we have lost will again come back. So therefore, that love for Krishna originally has to be revived by developing knowledge about Krishna. First, it starts by knowing how great Krishna is. For that, we read the Bhagavad Gita. And when we read the Bhagavad Gita, when we read about the greatness of Krishna, the vibhutis of Krishna, the opulences of Krishna, how Krishna is the source of everything, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, first a relationship is established. Oh, Krishna is the Supreme Father and I am his part and parcel. Oh, Krishna is the Supreme Lord, I have to serve him. Exactly like first day, when you appoint the person to clean the house, when he comes, he has to be very respectful to you. हाँ साहब, आज मैं काम करने के लिए आया हूँ. कृपया बताइए कहाँ पर काम करना है. Where should I start the work? If first day he comes, puts a hand on your shoulder, ah Baba, kaise ho? Ah, kya clean karna hai? Batao. First day itself he'll say, acha, door open karke bahar jao bhai, bahar jao, ghar jao. So first day you cannot do that. Right? Because, first day you have to be very respectful. Not only first days, first few years, he has to be very, very respectful. Then slowly you will give him little freedom. Right now, otherwise he will sit on the head. Similarly, Krishna also, in the first itself, if Krishna gives us all freedom, we will sit on Krishna's head. So Krishna will not give. Krishna says, first develop respect for me. This is what I am. This is what you are. I am the Supreme Personality of God. I am Bhagavan. I am Vibhu. You are Anu. You are smaller than an atom. You are an atomic part and parcel. You are an infinitesimal part of me. I am the Supreme Infinite. You have to understand this first. So with great awe and veneration we serve Krishna. Then we become eligible to grow further in our intimate relationship with Krishna. Then slowly what happens is we develop greater and greater intimacy, and that love for Krishna starts slowly coming out. And finally, when that love is fully blossomed within the heart, what happens? We are no longer interested whether Krishna is Supreme Person or not, whether what are the vibhutis of Krishna, what are the powers of Krishna, we are not interested. The Vrajavasis, the Gopas and Gopis in Vrindavan, they are not sitting and reading Bhagavad Gita every day. For them, Bhagavad Gita is not needed. They are not interested. If you go and start telling them, Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Krishna is the source of everything. Everything is emanating from him. He is the supreme proprietor of everything. Sarva loka maheshwaram. He is the supreme proprietor of everything. He is the creator of everything. He is the supreme Brahman. He is the supreme absolute truth. You tell all these things to Vrajavasis, they'll tell, maybe it is for you, not for us. For us, he is a simple coward boy. He is our loving boy. That's all. We don't know about all these kind of things. They are not interested. Meaning, it's not that they don't know the position of Krishna. Meaning, for them to love Krishna, whether Krishna is Supreme Person or not is immaterial to them. For us, we serve Krishna because Krishna is a Supreme Person. They serve Krishna not because the motivation for them to serve Krishna is not because Krishna is a Supreme Person. The motivation for them to serve Krishna is because Krishna is their son. Just like you see, suppose there is the Prime Minister of the country, let us say, or the President of the country. So you and I, we will go and serve that man XYZ. Why? Because he's the Prime Minister, he is the President. If he asks for a cup of milk or something, you'll immediately take running. Hey, President is asking. Chalo, le jaake do. Now that same President or Prime Minister goes home. He will tell his mother, after so many days have come, make me one cup of milk. Mother will immediately make and come and give. Is she making that cup of milk and bringing to him because he is Prime Minister? No, for him it doesn't matter whether he is Prime Minister, not Prime Minister, doesn't matter. He is my son. So I'll make it for him. So why? Because loving relationship. So in our state, we have to start serving Krishna with awe and veneration by knowing the position of Krishna. Then gradually that intimate loving relationship with Krishna will again come out. Then when that love is fully established, fully recovered in our heart, what will happen? The position of Krishna will not make any difference to us. For us, Krishna is everything. It will be like that. That's what it means when it is said that the Brajavasis love Krishna irrespective of his position. That is what it means.